While there's a lot of what ifs and debates in the Bleach anime and manga, one of the most valid ones has to be, what if Aizen fights against Zero Division? Throughout the Arrancar arc in the Bleach anime and manga, the main villain Aizen had one goal, and that was to reach the Soul Palace and assassinate the Soul King. But unfortunately for Aizen, he never really got anywhere close. That hasn't stopped Bleach fans from asking and speculating how it really fared against the Zero Division. We already know a few years later, Yowak and his 10 Rita kinda got that job done pretty easily. They created the Oken Key, they got to the Soul Palace, they defeated the Zero Division and killed the Soul King. So now that we have a grasp of what the Zero Division are capable of, we can now kind of scale how Aizen fares against them. We already know the Zero Division is filled with 5 extremely powerful Shinigami at the captain level, or even in another case higher than a captain. So how would Aizen fare against 5 of them? I'll try to answer this question based on Aizen fighting them one-on-one. Because when you work and the Sten Ritter at the Soul Palace, you kind of faced them one by one. They were coming out one by one. Your work didn't have to go 5-1. So I'm gonna assume if Aizen had arrived at the Soul Palace, they would have appeared the same way too, one by one against Aizen. So in today's video, I'm gonna try to answer those questions and we're gonna look into it. Welcome to the channel. I'm the African Weeb. All we do is anime and manga discussions. Subscribe if you are new, like the video if you are returning, and Happy New Year. In order to understand how Aizen will fare against the Zero Division, first we have to look at all of Aizen's form back in the Arrancar arc. First is the base form Aizen, which took on all the captains single-handedly and might be on the same level as the Shikai form Yamamoto. Because Yamamoto was kinda ready to blow the fake Karakura town up in fear of Aizen's Shikai. And Aizen also had to create like a whole being in Wonder Ways to stop Yamamoto. So that shows the respect that the two of them have for each other in terms of strength. Next is the Chrysalis form, where Aizen wasn't really trying against Urahara, Ishin and Yoruichi. Although he was kind of taking some damage from them, but he was mostly on the offensive and wasn't trying to defend just to prove a point. And we also have the stage after that, but like he kind of got annihilated by Gin. And you could say that attack was a surprise attack from Gin, but remember Aizen said he knew Gin was eventually gonna try that and was waiting to see how Gin would do it. So I guess Aizen was kind of expecting it, but he still got destroyed. Then Aizen evolved into the butterfly thing, where he said he has surpassed all Holos and Shinigami alike. So I think Aizen at that form can take Yamamoto at the Bankai form. A lot of us can agree that Aizen at that form is probably stronger than Yamamoto at the Bankai form. But like, that's just my opinion. If you have your opinion, put it in the comments right now. If that Aizen is strong enough to take Yama, then I can safely assume that it scales very well against the Zero Division. We already know that Aizen said in the Arrancar arc he was probably stronger than all the Shinigami alive, and based on Yamaji's Bankai, Yowak said no Stenrita pre or Swallen could have taken Yamamoto at the Bankai level. So which means no Stenrita pre or Swallen could scale even close to Yamaji. So if we look at Kyuraku's fight against one of the strongest Stenrita, Lilibaro, Kyuraku kind of annihilated him. And that means Kyuraku kind of scales higher than all the Stenritas in terms of power. But I guess you could say every Shinigami got some kind of power boost during the 1000-Year Blood War arc. But you can't make that argument for Kyuraku because he did not really go through any evolution. Kyuraku was basically the same as he was even from the Arrancar arc. If Aizen is stronger than all the Shinigami and Olu alike, so we can safely assume that he also ranks higher than all the Stenritas and is more powerful than Kyuraku. That is proof that Aizen very well scales even stronger than Yamamoto at the Bankai form. But Yamaji, as strong as he is, I'm not taking the first 4 members of the Zero Division before Yamaji. So with that, Aizen annihilates the first 4 members of the Zero Squad. I don't know what your opinion is about this situation, but I don't think any one of the first 4 members of the Zero Squad can beat Aizen. So the only person here that poses a threat against Aizen will be Ichibe. Now, how does Aizen scale against Ichibe? The only way we can kind of measure that was Ichibe's fight against Yowak. When he fought against Almighty Yowak, he was completely annihilated easily by Yowak. But it took Yowak extra effort and extra power to take down base form Aizen. And he still kind of got under Aizen's Gyokasuigetsu even at the Almighty level. So you can make a case that Aizen annihilates Ichibe and moves on to the Soul King. And we already know Soul King cannot move, cannot fight and all that. So Aizen kills the Soul King. So this comes to the conclusion that if Urahara and Ichigo had not sailed Aizen back in the Arrancar arc, it's safe to assume that Aizen would have won. Aizen would have gotten to his goal, he would have killed the Soul King, and then he would have become a god. And also, I think Kubo is also trying to preserve Aizen for the aftermath of the 1,000-year Blood War. I have a theory that Aizen might be the final boss in Bleach, even like after the 1,000-year Blood War. Because if we remember, Yowash did not kill him. He kind of made him disappear into that black Ryatsu thing, and we never like saw Aizen again. But it's safe to assume that Aizen probably is gonna come back, and he's probably gonna be the final boss in the aftermath of the 1,000-year Blood War arc. Let me know what you think in the comments. So that's the end of today's video. If you want more Bleach discussions, just smash that subscribe button. And if you're already subscribed to the channel, you know how it is. And also, Happy New Year, guys. This year is ours. We're gonna take over. No cap. See you guys in the next video.